What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Other Half Brewing Company, and they're headquartered in Brooklyn, New York, and this is their double dry hopped Nelson Chroma. So they're calling this one an IPA that comes in at 6.3% alcohol by volume, no IBUs listed, time of review. This can is approximately 3 weeks old. So we have another beer within their Chroma series, which is a single hopped series from them. They do single IPAs, double IPAs, triple IPAs. They sometimes will do non-single hop beers. They call them multi-chromas, where they mix up a bunch of the different chromas. This one focusing on Nelson Sauvin hops, and one of my favorite hops. I just love the white grape, white wine, gooseberry, passion fruit type of notes that it produces. I have reviewed the double Nelson Chroma on the channel last year, one of my favorite beers from Other Half in 2022, and it showcased the Nelson perfectly. So I'm hoping that the single version is kind of akin to that beer, just lower in ABV. Maybe not as impactful or boisterous in terms of the flavor, but should be pretty good. So Blue Tab means the FLX location in East Bloomfield is where they brew it. I'm pretty sure all the Chroma beers are brewed at that location. So we'll give it a pour. It's going to be hazy. They do have tasting notes on the side, which I'll read if I remember, but it's probably just going to tell you, what Nelson's supposed to taste like. So, I pretty much know that at this point myself. Anyway, beautiful looking beer. Has that bright kind of yellow-orange color, more to the yellow side of things. Slight like turkey gravy look, or like chicken stock, or just like, I shouldn't say chicken stock, chicken gravy, turkey gravy, lighter gravy, stock gravy. Anyway, has about a finger of an off-white, super creamy looking head. Hold it up to the light. Can't see through it. Very turbid. Let's get a nose. So I had to go in there for another sniff, but yeah. So the first thing that hit me, honestly, was like a crackery, bready kind of malt sensation to the beer, which a lot of lower ABV IPAs and obviously pale ales you get. But then right after that, tons of passion fruit for me. And passion fruit is something I don't get as the predominant note in Nelson. Usually for me, it's that white grape character, white wine, gooseberry, whatever you want to call it. To me, this is passion fruit. It's like has like a tart passion fruit kind of nose. But then you're getting I'm getting like this real nice dank quality to it, like a danker baseness. There's a little bit of that white grape, white wine kind of character, not necessarily gooseberry. Maybe a touch of like a crushed pineapple, sweeter pineapple. This has like a sharp nose to it. And I'm almost getting, and I haven't said this in a long time, but it has the dank quality. Sometimes I will get in beers, this was probably yesteryear, I'm talking like years ago, I would get this decent amount in some of these hops. Get like almost a stinky cheese. Dare I say like Gorgonzola, maybe, if, I don't know, something in that realm. Gorgonzola, blue cheese, like a stinky cheese. Sometimes folks will say onion and garlic, and I could see somebody saying that here, but to me it's more like a stinky cheese. But yeah, it has lighter, whiter kind of fruit qualities, sharpness to it. Smells pretty good. It does not smell as good as the double Nelson. That was just like, again, on another level as far as like Nelson beers are concerned. This smells really good though, just not as good as that beer. Anyway, let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. I really like this. No questions. Good beer. Does not hold a candle for me to the double Nelson. Again, comparing apples to oranges. Yes, they're both Nelson. That's just an imperial version of this. But man, if I'm going to drink this at 6.3 to an 8.2 and I'm just going to drink a single can or maybe even two, I'd much rather have the 8.2, tell you right from the get-go. This is good though for like a sessionable lower ABV IPA. Buying this is lower side and medium body, maybe a bit thin for the beer itself. The mouthfeel, it's relatively soft. It's smooth. It's not really creamy, but it has a nice soft, smooth kind of quality too. So body and mouthfeel are fine. Maybe a bit thin, maybe not as great as a lot of their mouthfeels, but it's fine. It tastes very akin to that double Nelson, but just dialed back in intensity of the flavors. It's not boisterous. It's not, dare I say, bombastic. Shout out to Paul of our PA Brew News. It has at the forefront a big, to me, there's like a big, like lemon lime, almost orange kind of citrus tone, which I wasn't getting in the nose. That dissipates quickly. Kind of just pops in right at the forefront. Then the passion fruit comes. Then the white grape comes. And that's kind of with you. But it's not, again, it's not like blowing up the palate. It's just a subtlety to those flavors. They're noticeable, but not like over the top. Underneath, there's nice crackery malt base, kind of propping everything up. But yeah, midway through the palate, the white grape, the passion fruit start dissipating. I get this nice grassy green kind of quality to it. Not that stinky cheese nose did not carry over as much. It just has like we'll say a slight dank herbaceous kind of grassy quality. This finish is full on dry to me. Very mild bitterness, but very dry. So I would say pretty balanced. Sweeter up front. It's more dry in the finish. I think this is actually leans a little bit more dry than it does sweet. And what is nice about that is it makes it a bit more refreshing and easier to drink, and also sessionable. 6.3%. Can't really taste it. The best way I can say, not the best way I can say it, the best thing I can say about this beer is the drinkability is through the roof. Like, it's very easy to drink. I don't think if you like IPAs and you're looking for something in the 6.3 realm, or say 6 to 6.5%, this will do it for you if you like Nelson, I think. Problem is, I just want more out of this beer. You know what I mean? I just want more. And maybe I shouldn't because it's 6.3%, right? So I get that part of it. But I don't know. I just was hoping for a little bit more. It's still damn good. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I guess it's not fair to this beer that I had the Double Nelson last year and I'm comparing it in my mind to it. Because again, if you put this next to, I think the Double Nelson was 8.2, maybe 8.5. For an extra 2% ABV, I would much rather have a can of that without question. There's like, without question. So let me take one more sip and then we'll lock in a rating. Yeah, it's a damn good lower ABV IPA with Nelson, but it's not mind-blowing or anything. So double dry hop Nelson Chroma from Other Half. I have to give this a very honest and realistic score. I'm going to give this a high 4 to 5, a 4.05. It's the best I can do on this one. I wanted to love this. I wanted to be this, amazing lower ABV IPA. And for me, it's not. Now, I know a good friend of mine, fellow beer tuber, Dan over at FLX Beer Reviews, he's been drinking these over the last couple of weeks, and he's really loving it. I think he gives this like a 4.5 on the tap, but like he was talking about, like he really likes it. He thinks it showcases Nelson well, and he just really enjoys it. So your mileage may vary based on this beer. I am not that high. I mean, I went nuts about the double version of this, and I think I gave it like a 4.6. It was just awesome. This is not as good. And unfortunately, I did send this, I shouldn't say unfortunately, I sent this one out in beer mails. Hopefully the folks that get it enjoy it. But I think I wish I would have been able to send out the double dry hopped Double Nelson, because I think that one kind of showcases more. So we'll see what my friends think about this one outside of Dan. But yeah, anyway, price availability, I think these are $18 a 4-pack. I paid like $4.49 for that can locally here in the Buffalo, New York area. So I don't even, maybe it's $16 a 4-pack. It's like $16 to $18, but in distro, I paid $4.49 a can. I think 4-packs were like $17 or $18. So that's not bad for, typically what these go for, but a little bit higher. I wish these were like 12 to 14 bucks, right? We can all wish in fantasy land, but it is what it is. And availability, I have no idea. If you do see this one out and about and you're outside of New York State, and you're outside of like one of the areas in which Other Half has a location, which is so many at this point, let me know what you thought about this one if you picked it up, because I think it's damn good. It just doesn't compare to the double version. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. If you've had this one, post in the comment section. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, 6.3%, like I said, hides the alcohol relatively well, and that's something that you typically get from Other Half. Typically, they're 8.5 hide the alcohol well, so I didn't anticipate to taste any alcohol, and I don't. Cheers.